Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Justin, aka T1 Disc Golf, and today I am going to be basically showing you my experience of a indoor disc golf event that I recently went to. This recording and me posting this is a little bit delayed. I unfortunately got sick last week. This happened the 16th. So it is very much delayed. I wanted to get this out last week, but I got sick. I'm not entirely sure with what, but I was just completely unmotivated to do anything. And having to go to work kind of sucked, but we're past that now. I'm still got a little bit of something, but at least right now it's a little bit more manageable and I'm able to actually like talk well and be able to do what I need to do for the video. So basically, I'm gonna say a little bit about the event and then I'm gonna show my footage of me playing. The event was a indoor disc golf tournament. There was 2 rounds of it, and I personally wasn't like 100% certain what it looked like or what it was initially, but once we got there, it ended up figuring out what it was. Realistically, you didn't really need much more than just kind of like a putter and like maybe one super overstable kind of for me like a pillar or a zone kind of clone, I guess is what another putter would need or whatever, and some sort of approach that way. And so basically it happened on a Tuesday night, so I managed to get off work early and then carpool with a friend of mine, and we both went there. It's in Creston, Iowa, which is about an hour 45 to 2 hours away from Omaha, where I live. And so it took a minute to get there, but once I got there and we got walked in, seeing what the situation was, basically it took place in what used to be an old Walmart, but the way that is now set up is it's split into 2, and there's like an Ace hardware store on one side, and then the side that we were on is basically an athletic kind of training facility for a community college that's out in Creston. And basically that led to a bunch of like really cool kind of setups in certain ways. And that kind of plays into the favor of the course. You'll see once I get into it, but basically you get to experience the challenges of what kind of obstacles and stuff like that. So without spoiling too much more, basically I'm going to show the footage and then I'm going to do a voiceover over the whole time playing, and so you'll get to hear me a little bit, and then once I get done showing all of it, then I'll have a little video afterwards. Alright, so this is what it looked like before we started, with everybody filing in and kind of getting warmed up and ready to go, and kind of how the setup was. This is my first hole, but it's technically hole 8, just a little tunnel shot basically, and there's a little bit of a netting that I kind of got stuck in too, but kind of made it quick work of that, buttoned it out for the 2. As you can tell, they're not very long holes. The next one, I have to go around the scissor lift here onto a elevated basket, but everywhere but the turf basically was OB, or like a hazard basically is how they played it. So I'm putting for 3 right here. It makes it a little difficult, but it's part of the fun. Made my putt. Struggle a little bit getting it out. This one was the toughest. You got to push straight. I didn't really throw my putter forehand too well, but I thought I'd try to redeem myself here. Unfortunately, just went straight, never got to the right. There is a Mando on the one hole right before the basket that you need to get left of in order to go to the basket. I'm just off the screen here, bounce off of somebody else's putter, and tap out from the net. Kind of a difficult hole, but it is what it is. Now, running parallel is this one. You gotta go through the tube loop and try to make it. I unfortunately pushed too high up and didn't quite get it over. I really needed to bring my pillar, but I didn't think I needed it at first when I was packing to go. I just lay up in front of the loop. Oh, basically that yellow tape is basically out of bounds. I tried making it from through the hoop, but didn't quite make it. But that's all right. We're just still screwing around. Same thing, go through the hoop on this one. I do a little step putt and make it through, and kind of end up a little bit short. Got a little bit of a nasty roll, but it's not too difficult of a putt to grab the birdie on with that one. We have the netting right there to protect us from other holes. Now we're onto the mini putt, basically part of the course. There's 3 holes that we use minis on. Basically, you gotta get on the island. I missed the island on the tee shot. I make my par putt though. Somehow, I'm not really that good with playing with minis, so get a little fist bump from that. This one, there's no Mandos, but you gotta weave your way through. I somehow managed to lace this one up pretty good and kind of get real close. About, I don't know, maybe like 5 feet. I get that one for the birdie somehow. And one of my card mates theirs. Now I tried doing a left-handed throw here because we gotta go around the pole and the netting and stuff. Kind of lost it there, but it really wasn't that good of a shot. I still gotta get around the pole and everything to the basket. But kind of pitch up. Wasn't the greatest, but that's all right. Ended up right there. That wasn't my mini. I had to borrow a mini. Got it in the basket for that one. Basically, the whole turf part is the safe part. This one, same thing. Turf is safe and the rest is hazard. I tried throwing a roller to get around the corner. Got a weird skid, basically, when it landed. Ended up safe on the turf by the weights and stuff, but it just leaves a long putt for this elevated basket. Tried to get it there with confidence, but I pulled it a bit right. So basically playing from hazard here, and it's another elevated basket, so it takes a little bit longer for me to get used to it. Made that putt. Now we're in this part where it's kind of like the doorway for your area, and basically you have 5 putts to try to get as many points as you can. This is not related to the score of the course, but they have baskets for like 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and then like a 5 point and a 6 point. I went for a couple threes there, and then I tried going for the 6 all the way in the back, but kind of no cigar on that one. Almost got that one though. This one's straightforward. Just get to the pyramid of baskets. I ended up actually hitting this little bar here for like to do high jumps. Somehow ended up safe here after hitting the pole. Not sure how, and got my birdie off of that. But moving on to the next one. You gotta kind of go from the right and work your way around these pitching nets. I thought turbo would be the best option. Didn't quite get it. It's hard to see. There really wasn't much room for the camera. As you can tell, I kind of hit the net in front of me. We're not going to the basket right behind the net, but the one that has the little paper sign on it.
couldn't quite get comfortable with this, so I tried doing a patent pending putt, and gave it a pretty good run. Ended up just hitting the tray, and then I'll just be tapping out here. And so you have a couple of these holes where you're kind of just doing kind of the same thing. This one doesn't have a net in front of the basket, it's just a net right here you got to go around. There's also a chair right there, just went right before the basket, so I didn't even touch the chain. Tap out for that one. And then, as you could tell, kind of what we had to do to get between holes through the batting cages. Worked my way under the net, thanks to the help of my card mates. And now for the coin slot hole. Unfortunately, I somehow messed up and did not record the tee shot for this one. So, just a heads up, if you see me just all of a sudden like close to the, get closer like this, that's why. So I kind of hit the net and bounced back a little bit. And now I gotta try to get through this coin slot. It's a little difficult. Kind of hesitated.
Yes, sir.
I just got through there, basically. Not really gonna mess around trying to make it. Tap in. Now I work my way through the other one, other batting cage, and now this one, you just got to get past the barrier, and you'll be safe. Anything before that's OB. Kind of sailed mine over. I watched like 3 people hit the bar and not make it over. So I'm gonna be making my birdie. Hopefully, yep, make my birdie there with a pretty good putt. As you can tell, a lot of these baskets are different just because they were mostly borrowed. Now this one, kind of just got to hook it left and get in the basket, and kind of just barely missed it. As you can tell, it's a marksman, so not the greatest at marksmans, but that's all right. Kind of just tapping in there. So that's the end of round 1. Shot even. It wasn't the greatest score, obviously. I'm tied 39th, but I'm looking to try to move up and, do something better than even. I didn't think I was going to get even, but, for, kind of a gimmick course, it's just how it is. Second round, we started same hole, same thing, same tunnel shot. Went with the same card mates. I have a little bit better drive on this one. Ended up a little bit further in the net, but the net could be moved, so now I just tap it in. We had pretty good card, good vibes and everything. This one I thought I'd try going the other way around the scissor lift, but realistically I think it actually makes it worse because I hit the wall there and then kind of just dropped it. So putting from the hazard again, elevated basket, distance away. I nail it basically, and walk away with another par on this hole. As long as I get a par, I'm okay with that. They moved the tee for this hole a little bit further up, so you're not like about to hit people crossing over and stuff like that. I go for this little step putt. Gotta get left of that pole, and I just crossed right in front of it. So I'm still safe, and I never missed the Mando. Putting on a marksman, just barely got too much of the right side of that marksman. You gotta be kind of accurate with that to really get it, otherwise I probably would have had it. But, it's a fun hole. Now back to my nemesis here. I just go to lay up. I want to try to get a better score. I'll try to go through the loop off the putt. Kind of line myself up. I wasn't really comfortable with this straddle, but thought maybe that staggered would be a little bit better. Had to do this crazy hyzer putt. I hit the tray and just bounce off the backside of it. So, it was a little bummer. A little hop over the OB tape. And then I just had this little awkward tap in for my par. A lot better than the previous score. And missing the Mando loop. Working my way over. Same thing here. I'm going to go for this step putt. Make it through the loop. And just like the first one, or first round, I nail it even better and actually hit the wheel of that black hole basket. So I am literally parked, toss her right in, and on to the next, basically. Now, I'm trying to give myself a little bit of confidence for this mini part. Pulled her right and just did not make the island at all. So kind of embarrassing on that one, but tried going for the putt on here, and I hit the band and bounced out of bounds. So the score is just going to be adding up. Kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not the best at minis. I almost went out of order there. I just tapped mine in, and on to the next. Again, this ain't Mando's, but I tried weaving it like I did the first time. I kind of almost did, but got a nasty cut roll out of bounds there. Got to be on the turf to stay green, so I'm putting from hazard. I just lay up and putt out from there. I'm not really going to mess with the mini too much. It's not super serious with the score, but I tried to get a decent score. Didn't quite get mine to anhyzer over, so I kind of got stuck by this like trophy case looking thing, and shot bounced off the top and went OB. So now I'm putting from hazard. It just kind of adding up the score there. I make that putt, so wasn't too upset about making that one. Return my mini into there that I borrowed. Now this time I'm not going to do a roller. I'm going to try to anhyzer my putter over there because it's a slow right hand turn basically. I ended up kind of almost the same spot as first round, but I bounced off that red exercise ball on the ground there. Ended up in this weird spot. So I got this weird hyzer putt over the weights. Ended up nailing this putt, get the 2. So yeah, I got a little fist bump from that. Now for the little competition thing here. I tried just going for the 6s on this since I only got 6 points last round. People are like way up. Didn't really do too hot here. Kind of just going right in front of the basket. That one hit the tray. And this one, nail it. It sticks as I walk away. Now the bar was already just put on the ground, so I don't have to hit the bar this time right here. Tried going a little higher, but I really wanted to ace run it. I hit the back wall and kind of rolled away and ended up on this like weird little dirt area. I think that's for like pitching mounds and stuff like that. I don't know, but it's an athletic facility, so it's kind of just random piles of dirt. I make my par putt there. Kind of got a little bit of something in my shoe there from that. Now this one, I tried doing like a little like straddle tomahawk looking thing. Can't really see it. I got it over there, but it wasn't the greatest attempt at getting it in. Now this one should be a lock, but I pulled her a little bit left. Kind of overcorrected at some of my mistakes. So now I gotta wait my turn and then tap out here. The netting kind of made it a little weird sometimes to try to get. He kind of went through the net a little bit. He makes his putt. I'll just be tapping in mine. And on to the next, basically. And this one, I kind of tried to do the same thing. I got a straddle and hyzer putt to the basket. As you can see, there's a chair right next to it. I put it and just didn't even quite get there, so it just fell short. Scooted over here into the net. I just tap out my birdie putt right here. Shouldn't be that like an issue like the previous hole. And on to the next one. Now this one, I tried doing something a little different. I tried to coin slot it, and quite frankly, just the worst attempt. I made it over that side, but you gotta go through the slit in the middle. So now, as you can tell, it's very difficult to get through the gap, as my card mate just hit the thing. We're trying to find where I went over, and they told me that I basically went over right there. So now I got this little like weird putt. I couldn't tell honestly if I recorded, so I wasn't like trying to point it out that he was in front of it, but like I just wanted to make sure I recorded. Tried doing a turbo, just hit the band, it flew over. So, you know, it wasn't the best attempt, but, you know, it's all right. It hit the band at least. So now I just tap out for a little bit of a higher score than I wanted on this hole, but that's all right. We're out here screwing around, doing little gimmick holes. Now this one, gotta basically try to get this one. I made this one in practice before we started, and I just hit the elbow right in front of it, so I'm technically in the hazard right now. So kind of slam it in. Found out that it wasn't quite long enough with my arms to get it, but now we're on to the next hole, and same thing. I tried to cut that a little bit tighter, didn't quite make it. So now I got this weird putt for a birdie on a marksman. Ended up catching it pretty good, so not too worried about that. Now, that would be the end of the second round. Went by pretty quick, ended up with another even round, so didn't really gain anything. I actually lost positions, but I wasn't too concerned about winning the night. I just was having fun screwing around with these gimmick holes, and yeah, back to me.
So basically, that was my indoor disc golf tournament experience out in Creston. For the most part, it was ran pretty well. Everything was set up to how it should be. It seemed like it was a bigger tournament than the previous years that it's been ran, because it's the 11th year, and it looks like there's bound to be plenty more people to show up next year. Obviously, the bigger attention that grows and stuff like this. I was eyeing this event a while ago, but I wasn't like super set on doing it, at least by myself, just because I didn't know too many people out there. I've never personally been to Creston, so I have no idea. And apparently my buddy Dustin, he went to it last year and had a ton of fun. And so he was asking about it in a group chat that him and I are in. And so I was like, you know what? If he's going, I'm going to go as well. Went, had a ton of fun. It was awesome meeting new people and playing with new people I'm unfamiliar with, and seeing, you know, all skill levels like kind of intermingling and mixing together real well. And everybody just having fun and enjoying themselves, enjoying the challenges that were on the course. But yeah, to the guy that ran it, it was a ton of fun. I'm going to try to be there next year, but we'll see what happens. I'm not entirely sure what all is planned for me in the future, but we'll see. And if so, I'm going to try to see if I can get more people from Omaha to roll over that way. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I appreciate you running it and trying to strive to make it a bigger and better event next year. And all those who were helping set up and stuff like that, let baskets be borrowed and stuff. Appreciate that. And also thankful to that community college that's there. I don't remember off the top of my head, but letting us use the facility to do the event. And yeah, outside of that, if you're ever in that direction and that's coming up, maybe try it out and see how you do on the course. And also, like, with the way that it was videoed and stuff like that, it's going to be kind of similar to how I'm going to do like course previews and stuff like that when I go to play them or something like that. Just because, you know, I wanted to be kind of a relatively quick video, not take up a whole lot of time, but also at the same time, I get to explain the courses and playing and stuff like that. I might do more like on-site talking rather than doing voiceovers, unless specifically there's certain situations where I need to do voiceovers. But outside of that, it's kind of a small little preview of what it'll look like, but we'll see. That's basically going to be it for me. Not entirely sure what the next video for me is going to be right now, but like I said, this video took a little bit longer than I expected. I apologize for that, but you know, it's just the way the timing works out. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and catch you in the next one. See ya.